Welcome to Chewing the Fat. If you want to introduce yourself and tell us what's going on, mate.
Yeah, dude, what's up? I appreciate you having me on. My name is Joe Lana Jr., aka the Cowboy drummer. And I just love playing drums, man. I'm looking at those Peisty cymbals you got back here, and I'm totally just trying to play that kit right now. So, as we were just talking, the Peisty Mapex setup that you got, yeah, that's a nice kit. But yeah, man, thanks for having me on. I just hanging, making funny drum videos and stuff. So,
Yeah, excellent.
rating drum kits.
Where did you start off? How did you get into the drums? Did you start at an early age? Have you got any influences? That sort of thing.
Yeah, dude, I've been playing my whole life. My dad was my main, my dad brought me up with drums. He was a drummer in my city where I live in Rochester, New York. And he was well known for just being in a bunch of bands and traveling and stuff. So I came up and was just a built-in drummer, dude. The first time I picked up sticks when I was like 2 years old, I was immediately playing stuff, you know? So everyone knew that's what I was here to do. And yeah, that's how my dad, he's my number one influence on drums for sure.
Yeah, nice. Oh, so what so obviously you've got a style of music. What style of music do you play? Is it metal, rock, country, jazz? What do you actually like playing?
Yeah, man, that's a good question because I actually really enjoy to play like kind of like some funk stuff, like solid pocket beats with cool chops and fills over some like funky kind of bass and guitar licks. I don't know. That's like where my heart is. That's what gets me excited. But I've always played in metal bands and like rock and harder metal bands, like this one band I was in, Dropout Kings. It's metal and rap and it's mixed and it's really cool. And that's kind of always the style of music I've been playing, even though I really like some like funky stuff. So I like everything to be honest,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, that's it. I mean, just before you jumped on, I was playing a bit of country music. I don't usually play country music, but I thought, oh, let's have a bit of a muck around. And so, what are you endorsed by anybody? Obviously, you like Peisty symbols.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about that. Any endorsements or?
Yeah, actually I'm endorsed with Peisty Symbols as of October of 2022. So been with them for a few couple years now. I signed on with Evans and Promark as well. So I got all the bases covered in terms of like when I go on tour and I need sticks and heads and cymbals. I got all the maintenance stuff, like guitar strings.
Consumables.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Like a brake, like your brake pads.
Yeah, that's it. And what kit have you got at home? Or you just got a bunch of kits that you play?
Yeah, I got a bunch of kits right now, man. The main kit I've been playing is that DW Performance kit. That's the one I toured with for like 3.5 years straight, just all over the place. And that thing's a beast, man. I mean, I love that kit. But I have a Mapex Armory like you. I got a Pearl Session Studio. I got a bunch of kits right now. I just bought two more drum sets on Marketplace today, which I have a video coming out soon, so you'll see that soon.
Excellent. Well, so just on that, um, you're you're well known for trying to get people the opportunity to start playing drums. So you're able to go and find some drums, tidy them up, and gift them to people. Is that something you've been doing for a while, or?
Yeah, man. I actually been doing that for a number of years, but I decided to start making content out of it just so that I can cycle it. You know what I mean? Because if I can make content and monetize that content, even if I only make like 30 bucks on the video, if I make anything on that video, I can use that money towards doing giveaways. And my idea is to just build it up to the point where I'm just like cycling to where I'm not really, you know, everyone's pitching in and helping. I just want a community of just giveaways and stuff. That's kind of the idea behind it. So I want to grow it, continue doing it, but I've been doing it for a while. I just only been publicly posting it for like maybe the last year or so.
Oh,
Which you've
that's
seen the videos, I think so.
yeah, that's unreal, mate. It's a lot of times that the kids they want to try and get into like drums, guitars, any sort of musical instrument, and the parents don't have the means to be able to get that for them. And it creates a problem where they start getting bored and they start playing up and doing things like that. But if they've got something that they want to do, they can work on that, and it gives them something to work on. It's good for coordination. Drums are fantastic for coordination, you know, and
Yeah, truly.
yeah, and it's just a great thing that you're doing, and really,
Thanks, man.
really, yeah, it's unreal, mate, unreal.
I
Yeah,
appreciate that. It's really fun to do it. I want to continue doing it. And I agree. I think drumming is really good for just your mental, it's like mental gymnastics. It's good like math. It's, dude, there's studies that show how drummers are like kind of smarter than pe other people. Have you ever seen that?
no, I
There's
haven't.
a Dude, Google it. Go to Google and type it in. And anyone watching this right now, I'm not kidding, it's real. There's studies done that show people who play drums are like smarter than the average person. And it makes sense because drumming is it's math and it's like a lot of it is figuring out and coordination and understanding a lot of things that you can apply to different aspects of life that kind of just edge you out and the average, I mean, hey, the studies have been done. I'm not talking shit here. This is real. We're smarter than everyone, bro.
Well, that gives me a bit of hope then, so that's good. Um, with the your main source of income is it doing this or is it doing something else? What do you sort of are you touring? Are you in a band at the moment? What do you actually do at the moment?
Yeah, so I'm all of the above. I am a content creator. That's like my main source of income from all the apps, right? Like the Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, all these apps I post every day. And collectively, I can pay my bills. I got like what's the other thing I got? I got some songs that I've recorded that I get monthly checks from like royalties and whatnot. Very small amounts of money though. All these things are small, they just add up to enough. But um I'm not in a band right now, but I do have some exciting news coming very, very soon. Um I'm gonna be back out touring and I'm gonna be back out doing that. So that's probably gonna become my one of my more mainstreams here soon. Anything with drumming is what I'm gonna be doing moving forward. So
Nice. And
yeah.
what do you mean by soon? How soon will we be letting it out of the bag?
Yeah, we'll know everyone will know what's going on probably in like July, like in like a month or two, maybe 2 months, a month. We'll say a month from now ish.
Yeah, cool, cool. Ah, excellent. Well, I won't put any spoilers out there. If you let
I'll
something,
tell I'll tell you off camera. I'll tell you what's going on because you're my brother.
sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've travelled in US, you've travelled in Europe. We you were speaking off camera earlier. Um, where else have you gone and you want to go back to?
Oh, dude. Where do I want to go back to? Yeah, because that's pretty much all I've been to. Like I've been to like every state except for Alaska and Hawaii. So I've been all over America, been to Canada, Mexico, all that, right? Never been to South America, but I've been all over Europe. And I think the main place I really love going to is like Switzerland, man.
Nice.
I love Have you ever been? Because you told me you've been to Europe.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
been to Switzerland?
I go there quite a bit. It's expensive.
Oh my God. Okay, that's so I'm not looking forward to that because it is very expensive, but the quality of life there is so high and it's just so, I mean, man, I don't know. It's a beautiful place.
It is a beautiful place. The what I what I what I find is we don't in Australia we don't get a lot of we do get a bit the really big bands, but we don't get them as often as say Europe and the US. Like I mean, Metallica pulled out last time. They're coming back again finally. Um, do you think the cost of getting here is a big put off?
Yeah, yeah, that's not, dude, that's a good question because a lot of these bigger bands, they'll have different rigs, right? They'll have their A rig and their B rig. And then if they're real big, a lot of bands, they'll have even like a C rig. So some bands like that, they'll put like a whole show setup in Australia,
Mhm.
you know, so when they go there, it'll be ready, or they can have one shipped there if it's in like Southeast Asia. It's somewhere it's easier to ship it. So a lot of bands do that, but with Australia, maybe the logistics are a little much. I don't know. I feel like because I mean Australia is a big place and it's popping off there. So I would think bands would be going there a lot, but is it kind of like dimmed down in terms of
It is.
who's
I mean, we do get the big bands. Like I just saw Iron Maiden. Iron Maiden were here, and I got to saw Nico in his last run of shows. They are coming back with a new drummer. Um, so yeah, I probably will go to that. I mean, I love Iron Maiden, as you can probably tell with the stuff behind me and everywhere else. Yeah, so they'll come over here for the festivals, but not really their own shows, because the majority of the festival stuff is already there. It's already done for them. They just got to bring basically little bits of things here. But in Europe, I noticed when they do festivals, like Wacken and Summer Breeze, which I've been to both now, which is amazing, especially Wacken in Germany. That was absolutely insane. The amount of
yeah,
bands, except just all the big bands, that you see, plus all the little bands, the up and coming bands, you know.
yeah.
Still those sort of the bands, but we don't really have. We have Knotfest here in Australia, but we had Corn I think last year, which was pretty good. I didn't get to go to that one, but the one before that was Slipknot. They also had Pantera. So things like that. It does get here, but it's not that often. If
I
you
gotcha. Yeah, Europe definitely does get them more often, I guess. Yeah, it's just like more in the mix, but Australia does get hit. I feel like Australia probably does better than like South America, you know, maybe.
all right,
I don't
yeah,
know, maybe the same level like Brazil, you
yeah.
know.
Oh, you get the big Brazilian shows as well.
Yeah.
Rock in Rio and Rock in whatever, all the rest of it.
Yeah, sure.
Those big ones. But yeah, I find that because there is a following, obviously a good following for music here, but it's not as like people wouldn't come here just to go there, just to go to Knotfest. Where
Yeah,
Australia will fly to Germany to go to Wacken or Summer Breeze or one of the really big Rock am Ring, all that sort of stuff.
sure.
So I think it's all going that way, but not a lot coming here. But I mean, we're getting there. We just had Burning Witches, which was really good. Yeah, so like we got a lot of home metal as well, which is good. And but yeah, it's like the real big bands. It's very few and far between when they come here. Where you see they'll go through Europe quite often and through America quite often. So
Yeah. Yeah,
uh,
America gets all of it. America's always like the front, you know, priority one type thing, I feel like. We always get all the festivals and all the bands and everyone wants to come here and it's cool, but we all want to go there, you know? Like everyone in America, all the bands here, that's like the goal is like go to, you know, go to Australia, go to Europe, leave the country and tour the world. Like
yep,
that's what we want to do. Even though you can literally do it all in the States. You can bands will start in the States, grow in the States, become huge in the States, and they don't have to leave.
100%.
But of course we do because we want to. You know, we want to get the hell out of here. We want to go to Europe and we want to go to Australia and
Say
we
different things.
want to see kangaroos.
Lots of kangaroos around at the moment, especially on a full moon.
Yeah.
Kangaroos in Canberra. So
Oh, really?
yeah. They come out. They're all over the place, all over the road. They are
Wow, dude, that's so cool.
careful. Um,
Yeah.
tell us about your main setup. What's your like your DW at the moment? What is it? So it's a collector's series, was it? Was it what you said?
Yeah, no, it's a performance series, right? And basically, I'm just keeping it stock in terms of like just the drum. Like I'm not leaving like the 12 out. I'm just doing 10, 12, 16, 22,
Yep.
and yeah, the Pleisty cymbals, you know. But my tour rig is going to be different because I'm going to tour with a Yamaha uh on this upcoming thing that I got coming on that I'm going to announce soon that we were talking about that I'll tell you in a bit. But yeah, I'm going to go out there with a Yamaha, dude, and I'm just going to do like a 12, 16, or maybe a 10. I don't know yet. I'm gonna I gotta figure out my setup, but I'm gonna go out with the Pleisty, Evans and Pro Marks and Yamaha. That's gonna be my that's
Okay.
gonna and with my DW pedals, you know.
What snare do you use?
Oh damn, that's the other question too. I think I'm gonna bring out that absolute hybrid maple, the Yamaha. Yeah, Yamaha hybrid maple. Dude, that thing is so versatile. It just that thing cracks. So that's gonna be the one.
Yeah, nice, nice, nice.
And then and then for a backup, I'll probably bring, because you got to bring two snares, you know, got to have it. Um, I might bring that custom cask ash shell, that steam bent drum. I might bring
When
that one. So
you built?
yeah, yeah, the one yeah, I might bring that one out. We'll see. That would be cool.
Yeah, nice. I'll talk to you about that too when we finish. So
Yeah, sick. Yeah, that's a great drum, dude. Shout out to Micah at Cast Drumcraft real quick. He's awesome.
yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll put all your links in the on the YouTube. I'll get that all
cool, man.
there and hopefully get some more subscribers on that. Um,
Cool. Thanks, dude.
anyone like we'll talk anyone else you want to put links to, anyone we've spoken about. You know, um,
Cool.
quick question: what are you using for recording?
Like what programs?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just using Logic,
Mhm.
because it's right on the MacBook, dude. Like before I even bought Logic, I was using GarageBand. I bought a MacBook, like a 2014 MacBook for like 200 bucks, and it had GarageBand and iMovie already installed for free. So I used those for my first like little bit, you know, first year or so. And then I eventually bought the paid versions of that, which is Logic and Final Cut Pro. Same thing. I mean, you could do the same thing on both of those for what I'm doing. But yeah, no, that's what I use. All just Apple products and just the native software that Apple has, which is Logic. So yeah, what do you actually use? Because you showed me your setup too. You got a pretty awesome setup there.
I use Studio One.
Studio One.
Yeah, yeah. Studio One,
Oh,
which Studio One. Where are we? Studio One Ford Professional.
oh,
So
dang. Okay.
uh,
But I have a friend that uses that. Okay, dude, I gotta check. I gotta look into that. See what's good.
it's for me. I find it. I mean, I don't know anything about mixing or anything like that, but I've been able to put something together where it sounds okay. So, but the
Yeah,
more I use it, the better it is. Like I said, I've got the EAD also connected to it, so it can
it's
just
awesome.
straight into MIDI straight into that if you want.
Yeah,
Um,
that thing is genius. It's so great for making quick videos, drum covers, just doing content. That EAD they nailed it with that, man.
yeah,
Truly.
yeah, it was a good, definitely a good purchase. So, but yeah, awesome, mate. Well, listen, I'll leave you to it then. Um, is there anything else you wanna maybe talk about or?
Dude, I just want to just throw out there to anyone who might be going through a hard time or struggling with anything in life, man. I used to go through addiction and I used to have like a lot of problems in my life like 11 years ago, and I completely turned my life around. And if I can help you in any way, you
Yep.
know, I like throwing that out there to anyone who I can reach. So, yeah, if you're going through it, hit me up. And if you love drums as much as I do and as much as my brother here, Roger, then we're uh we're all, I mean, we're family. What's up? You know what I mean? This is why we're together right now. It's because of drums. So thanks for having me on, man. I appreciate it. And yeah, it's been cool talking to you.
It has been fantastic, mate. I really appreciate you giving me the time. I know the time difference is a bit hard, and you're obviously very busy doing your own thing. So I just wanted to say thank you again, and yeah, good message. If you need some help, reach out. It doesn't take much to reach out to someone, and it
That's
might
it.
be just a quick chat that turns everything around and puts everything in a better perspective for you. So
Literally, brother. You couldn't have said it any better. I appreciate that very much. And yeah, thanks again for having me on. It's been real cool.
Sounds great. Excellent. All right, mate, you take care, and I'll talk to you shortly.
All right, my man. Thank you guys.